Left abandoned and alone when I was just a boy. Raised in an orphanage beside the Great Sea, I was brought there by an older nun who was the first person to be kind to me. She was generous and thoughtful to all she met, and she always had a smile upon her face. I remember, even though we were so poor, she taught me the meaning of happiness. Eventually, we learned that she had a disease, and the day that she would leave us all was drawing near. So we gathered and went to her side and whispered our last request in her ear. You've raised us all and given us so much, but if we could ask you for one thing more, it doesn't matter how absurd it is. Won't you tell us one thing that you wish for? She looked at each of us and smiled at last, but offered us only this response. I've been waiting for so long for an answer to a question I'm sure was lost. There's a letter I sent a long time ago, and the only thing I really want to know, did it ever arrive? I've waited for years just to hear what you'd say, with the hope I would see you again one day. I want to know your answer to what I sent. Till then I'll keep waiting for it. If my wish can't come true, then it's alright. And even though she just laughed, I couldn't forget about this mysterious letter she sent and who was its unknown recipient. Forming a plan, we all parted ways to travel across our land so vast. At last we came across an old painter who revealed the truth about her past. The old man said she was once a queen, selfish and proud and killed so many. Her people were pushed to the breaking point, and from their tears was born a revolt. Sadly, the person her letter was for isn't in this world anymore, so this response she's waiting for will never come. She's waited for years just to hear what he'd say, with the hope she would see him again one day. But now that she has turned old and gray, will she die never knowing the response? Finally, the moment has arrived when her life is come to an end. I went to her side and took her hand and placed in it a piece of parchment. So I wrote a letter last night by the bay, the response she's been waiting for since that day. She took it with a glance, then she had to turn away. Her eyes full of tears, she just whispered, "Thank you." The sorrow in her gaze gradually disappeared, and her face held not a trace of her regret or fear. We only really knew what dark secrets she'd concealed when